All right, Vernon Davis is here with Smirnoff. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I want to start here. Obviously, you're most closely associated, even though you won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, with the Niners. They're going through some things right now. Injuries, rougher than usual quarterback play. Seemed like the vibes were off on Sunday. This team to you is where right now, Vernon?
I think this team is in a space where they have to understand what's at stake. This is a critical moment. Look, we're getting to the I say we're getting to that midway point. And that midway point is where you look back and be like, okay, we've done this. Now we have to do this, right? It's like an assessment. But the unfortunate thing is these injuries. Whenever you suffer injuries, it's hard to do the things that you really want to do. So the only thing that you can really hope for is you continue as you go into the seasons that everyone's able to stay healthy, especially those big time players, the guys you're paying all the money, right? But you still have to have the guys who are backing them up, who should be able to step up and do what they need to do. So my only thing, I think the San Francisco 49ers at a point where they have to really make sure that they can execute in the coming games if they're going to have a chance to go to the dance. And we know what the dance is. Yep,
completely agree. A lot of your career coincided, and you obviously were a great player, a potential future Hall of Famer, but you were woven in with so many great names of the game. And I want to start with Jim Harbaugh, who obviously is back in the league, and you've been asked a lot about this over the past year or so. But tell me why Jim Harbaugh is gonna have success at the NFL level again.
So Jim Harbaugh to me, he's a unique character, man. He's everything that he does. As we look back at his resume, he's been able to take teams from here to there. He has a great way of being able to connect with the guys that he's coaching, right? His charisma, his enthusiasm, everything that he's able to bring to the game. And not only that, he's a businessman. So he understands the overall game, the big picture. And he that's just who he is. I mean, that's something you can't, those are qualities that are hard to come by. You have to be, that's something has to live in you. And that's why he's able to do what he's been doing.
You had to break out before Harbaugh got there in your fourth year. And I'm curious, I mean, everybody's looking for a rookie to have immediate success, or, the second year guy's going to take the leap. If you're giving advice to a guy who says, hey, I want to take a leap like you did, and we'll just limit it to skill position players, but obviously more broadly, there's so many things that go into it. What was the key to that, to breaking out into year four, gaining a sense of place in the NFL? Because obviously developing young players is so huge in this league, Vernon.
I think first understanding your identifying yourself and identifying yourself as a leader. And the way you become a leader is being able to, first you have to be selfless. You put your teammates first, and you should be that person that they can come to when things are getting rough, right? And essentially leading by example, right? They're looking at you. Teammates are looking at you when times are tough, right? When you're losing by 4 touchdowns, but you're still playing the game like you're going to win. You play fast, you play strong, you play smart, and make sure that you're giving 110% every single game. I think that's the way.
Is there, being a leader in the NFL seems so unique to me, because it's not like being a leader in high school. It's not like being a leader in college. And it's certainly not like being a leader in a normal workplace. Like, if you're to give it, if someone comes to you and says, hey, I want to be a leader in the NFL, like what unique traits and characteristics do you need for that, Vernon?
I think you need to have, I think it's your character, who you are, how you represent yourself, your work ethic. Your work ethic is everything. That's very important. And your approach to the game. Like your approach is one of the biggest pieces. How you're approaching this game. So a lot of professionals, don't approach the game like a pro. And I learned that over the years. You would think that everyone was the same when it comes to being a professional athlete, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, totally. Curious, excluding yourself, and obviously there's a case to be made as far as your athleticism, your size and speed, and all that stuff. Who is the best tight end of all time?
The best tight end of all time, I'm gonna have to probably say I'll have to give that to Rob Gronkowski.
Wow. Okay. Well, obviously we all saw it for Sundays for over a decade, but like what characteristics did he have that made him the best of all time?
Oh man, he was. First he had high character. He
Yeah.
he was a he was the ultimate pro. Came in
Yeah.
every day. Um, he worked. He was very professional. His enthusiasm towards the game,
Yeah.
everything, and not that. I mean, his physical attributes as well. I mean, he's big, fast, strong, can run, can catch the ball. He's a he's a nightmare when it comes
Yeah.
to opposing teams. So I think that makes him one of the best tight ends of all time.
Uh, you mentioned the nightmares and the mismatches and all that stuff, and I'm curious because the game has changed so much in the last few years as far as how much faster defenses have gotten, the body types there, more safeties. Like we saw Belichick put cornerbacks on Jimmy Graham in the past and stuff like that. What do you think is the biggest difference in the tight end position just in the last few years, Vernon? Have you noticed anything about the way that position is played relative to how they're getting defended?
I feel like a lot of these guys. I mean, I feel like the plays are designed to get tight ends in open space.
Yeah.
They get the ball, plant their foot, turn up field, and make plays. I've seen that over the years. I mean, it's designed that way. Maybe you have like the wide receivers going and tight ends coming underneath. He's wide open. I mean, he's just space. That's what I've seen over the
Yeah.
years.
I mean, one of those guys know about space. Like the guy who finds space better than anybody in this era is Travis Kelce. I mean, it's like, and I've had coaches say to me, like, I'd love to see the play designs on some of these things where it's like they're playing basketball. They just find a hole in the zone. Travis Kelce sits down and they catch it. What makes Travis Kelce so special?
I think he's special because he understands the game. He understands where
Yeah.
he needs to be. Um, he's very, very good hands. Can
Yeah.
catch the ball easily, and he can. He know how to make plays after you get the ball. He can catch and run, and he's just like he's consistent. I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest thing we talked about. I talked about that earlier in one of my interviews. Consistency,
Yeah.
and he shows that.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the types of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire. Curious, let's do some rapid fire here. If you could play with one quarterback, either playing now or in the past that you didn't get to catch a pass from, who would it be?
Patrick Mahomes.
What would happen if Vernon Davis and Patrick Mahomes were able to connect?
I think we'll make some. You see a lot of fireworks going off.
I think so too. He creates it with a lot of guys who are far, far, far less athletic than you. So the idea of you going downfield, the idea of your size and speed, I think there'd be something there. So we do a couple things with everybody. We'll start with a play or something called one rep back. It's where you can take any play back from your entire career and get to do it over again. Do it right, do it different, doesn't matter. Where do you start?
I would say the play when we were in the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 47.
Okay.
We threw a pass to Michael Crabtree, and that was the game. I mean, had he caught it,
Yeah.
we would have won the Super Bowl. We would have
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl. If I can go back and change that play and redo that one, that would be.
Is there something you could have done differently on that play?
Yeah, maybe I could have. Maybe I could have been the one to go out for the ball and run the route.
You weren't right. Yeah. You were staying in the block on that one?
Yeah, I think I was blocking.
Okay.
I think I was pass protecting on that play. But maybe I did
Okay.
go around. I can't remember.
Well, if we had a time machine, we would get you open. I'll say that's all we're doing. We have something called badasses, where it's the most badass person you ever played with. Any level of football, doesn't matter. Toughest, meanest, best. Who's your badass, Vernon?
Patrick Willis.
Tell me a story that explains why Patrick Willis was a badass.
I mean, there was a game that we played. I think Patrick he was hurt. He was kind of banged up a little bit, but he went out there and had one of the best games ever. I mean,
Yeah.
he was on every tackle. He was always where the ball was, and it was impressive to see that guy. I mean, that guy he was a workhorse. He would always just show up. That's
Yep.
just what he was, and that's what he did. He understood his identity.
Yep, that's exactly what you need to do as a linebacker like that. All right, let's get you out of here on this. What are you doing with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff is partnering up with Matchbox. Matchbox is pretty much a viral software agency,
Yep.
and we're giving the fans an elevated game day experience where they have a chance to connect with other people. We'll be playing games. We'll be having wonderful cocktails. My cocktail of Osmo Catch. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a unique experience, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Vernon Davis, thanks so much for coming on This Is Football.